7 huge Coronation Street spoilers are coming next week, but one heartbreaking story stands above the rest. A desperate cry for help, a shocking hospital emergency, and a secret that changes everything. Summer Spellman reaches a devastating breaking point, leaving Todd completely stunned by her emotional confession. At first, everyone believes it's a tragic medical emergency, but the truth is far more shocking. The drama starts when Todd receives an urgent call from prison. Summer has been rushed to hospital. Then comes the shocking truth. Through tears, Summer admits she deliberately switched off her insulin pump. Unable to cope with prison life, she felt trapped and hopeless. Later, Todd shares the devastating news at the Rovers. Everyone is left speechless. But could Tyrone be carrying a guilty conscience? Meanwhile, Kit notices a series of tense conversations and suspicious behavior. The more he watches, the more convinced he becomes that a dangerous secret is being hidden. With Summer fearing a return to prison and Kit closing in on the truth, this story is only getting started. But what do you think? Is Summer's nightmare over, or is the worst still to come? Is Gary Windass hiding a secret that could destroy his marriage? Maria Connor becomes increasingly worried as police pressure on Gary continues to grow. Kit questions Gary about Todd's missing phone, but Gary claims he knows nothing. The problem is, Kit doesn't believe him. Meanwhile, Maria confides in Shona and admits that things haven't felt right between her and Gary for a long time. With Kit making it clear that Gary is still a suspect, Maria starts fearing the worst for their future together. Then comes a worrying moment. As Gary apologizes to Maria, Kit and Lisa suddenly arrive and ask Maria to review her witness statement. And Gary's reaction is impossible to ignore. He's visibly shaken. So what have the police uncovered? And what exactly is Gary hiding? Has someone secretly reported Daniel Osborne to social services? Daniel faces a tense wait as social worker Ruth Hawley arrives for an important meeting. Despite the pressure, Daniel tells Adam and Alia that he believes he knows exactly who made the report. But is Daniel right? Or is the real culprit someone he would never suspect? Fire! A missing keepsake? A shocking accusation? And a family argument that threatens to spiral out of control. David Platt finds himself at the center of fresh drama. What starts as a simple search for a treasured memory quickly turns into a painful misunderstanding, and emotions soon reach breaking point. Shona is left devastated when David can't find Harper's 5-month milestone card. Without it, they miss an important hospital photo session that meant so much to her so much. The disappointment hits hard. Back at home, frustration takes over. Convinced that someone is responsible, David points the finger at Jody Ramsey and accuses her of taking the missing card. The accusation immediately creates tension and leaves the household divided. But later, David realizes just how much Shona is hurting. Wanting to put things right, he plans a romantic surprise. And what he gives her is truly emotional. A memory box filled with precious keepsakes, including Harper's ultrasound pictures, hospital bracelet, and a special baby grow. Will David's thoughtful gesture heal the damage caused by his accusation, or is there still more drama to come? A terrifying mental health crisis, a shocking trap set by Megan Walsh, and a desperate search that leaves a family fearing the worst. Sam Blakeman's world begins to unravel in one of the most emotional and disturbing storylines we've seen in a long time. What starts with Will Driscoll trying to move on from the past soon turns into a nightmare that nobody sees coming. And by the end, one resident fears Sam could be facing a serious mental health crisis. The drama begins when Will opens up to Hope. He admits that he's considering giving up athletics because every race reminds him of Megan Walsh. But Hope refuses to let him quit. She tells him that walking away would only allow Megan to control his future. As their conversation unfolds, Sam watches from a distance, and it's clear something isn't right. His thoughts become increasingly troubled, and he soon imagines hearing Roy encouraging him to take action against Will. The voice pushes him further and further, leaving Sam distressed and confused. Later, Sam mentions an incident involving Will, only for the real Roy to have absolutely no idea what he's talking about. Meanwhile, Will receives what appears to be a friendly invitation from an old running mate in Hull. But when he arrives, he's shocked. Instead of meeting his friend, he finds Megan waiting for him. He's been tricked, and Megan clearly has her own agenda. Back in Weatherfield, Sam's condition continues to worsen. Believing the voices in his head, he becomes convinced that Will wants to harm him. Terrified, he runs into Roy's Café and locks himself inside. There, he comes face to face with both the real Roy and the version that exists only in his mind. Outs, the situation is quickly spiraling out of control. Later, Carla finds Sam alone and clearly distressed. After trying to comfort him, she contacts Nick for help. But before anyone can reach him, Sam runs away again, and Carla is left fearing the worst. Could Sam be suffering from psychosis? And can his family reach him before it's too late? A guilty secret, a shocking confession, and a marriage pushed to its limit. Tyrone Dobbs finally reveals a truth he's been desperately trying to hide. For weeks, guilt has been weighing heavily on Tyrone. But when new information comes to light, keeping quiet is no longer an option. The drama begins when Carl confides in Tyrone. He reveals that he's been having vivid flashbacks about the night he was injured, and he's now convinced the incident happened inside the garage. The revelation leaves Tyrone visibly shaken. Already struggling with guilt over everything that's happened, he reaches breaking point. Unable to keep the secret any longer, Tyrone finally tells Fizz the truth. He admits his role in Carl's accident and confesses that he acted to protect himself. Fizz is horrified by what she's hearing, and her reaction is immediate. She orders Tyrone to hand over the footage showing Carl tampering with Kevin's brakes. But has Tyrone left it too late to put things right? And what consequences could his confession bring? Fire. After weeks of heartache and emotional struggles, Debbie Webster finally gets a surprise she never saw coming. And it's a moment that could leave Coronation Street fans smiling. Just when Debbie thinks life couldn't get any brighter, the women of Weatherfield step in with a heartwarming plan. And the surprise is bigger than she ever imagined. The feel-good drama begins when Christina, Glenda, and Sally decide it's time to lift Debbie's spirits. Together, they organize a special surprise. And Debbie is completely stunned when she discovers they're taking her away on a holiday to Spain. For the first time in a long while, there's genuine happiness on her face. It's a touching moment that reminds Debbie just how much support she has around her. But the surprises don't end there. Later in the Rovers, Ronnie gathers Debbie's closest friends together. And with everyone listening carefully, he reveals that he has a plan of his own. But what exactly is Ronnie planning? Could this be the fresh start Debbie desperately needs? We'll have to wait and see. If you enjoyed these Coronation Street spoilers, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tell me in the comments which spoiler shocked you the most. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.